EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us at the foot of the Rockies, just west of downtown Denver at Power Field at Mile High. A moment ago, through a shower of pyrotechnics, it was the hometown Broncos taking the field as they get set to do battle with the Detroit Lions. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And CD, you look at our featured team here. They know coming in they've got to be at their best because they're facing one of the better overall defenses in the NFL.
And this is not one of the better offenses around in terms of running the football. So they understand that they're going to be put to the test a bit. The big plays in the run game, they haven't been there of late. So maybe that means we'll see them shake things up a little bit. Some RPOs, some touch passes, some draw plays, anything to try and gain a little bit of momentum.
And off we go from Denver. They'll run. This is Melvin Gordon. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. The numbers a week ago from Melvin Gordon. 16 carries, 65 yards, and a touchdown as well.
Has 9 rushing touchdowns on the season, so a lot of credit has to go to the rest of the offense because, you know, those big guys up front are doing work. But now the goal is to get to 10. And don't for a second think that the defense doesn't know that. They'd like to do their best to keep him at the end zone in this one.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. The handoff goes to Gordon, running left. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Bridgewater. And that's complete. Albert Okwuegbunam. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. On play action, it's Bridgewater. He's got his tight end Fant. Oh, he breaks a tackle, and he's got an alley. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Noah Fant, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos have taken the early lead. McManus's point after is good, and it's now a 7-0 game. 5 plays there on that drive, and it culminates in a touchdown by the Broncos. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And he can't field it cleanly. It's loose. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. McDonald sets to throw. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. McDonald. And he'll slide to a halt here. Still a little shy of the first down marker. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for third down. Throwing is McDonald. Sliding out of the pocket. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. 39 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return. And the Broncos take over. First down and 10. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Throwing is Bridgewater. Man open. He's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out by a few inches. That'll be a first down. Here's Bridgewater. And his throw is incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Now it's a bootleg with Bridgewater. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
And again, it's Bridgewater. He's got his 6'5" receiver. That's Tim Patrick. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass in the first drive. He comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
43 yards rushing for him now on just his first 3 carries. First and goal, Melvin Gordon. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. From the gun, Bridgewater. And this is caught by Sutton. Touchdown, Broncos. Cortland Sutton, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Broncos are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8 ball.
You got to make sure you just hold in there. Survive the early storm, relax a little bit, and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
Extra point from McManus is good. And that'll make the score 14-0. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. And not much, maybe a yard up to the 29.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Here's McDonald to throw. Throw caught by Raymond. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
Oh, I see you nodding your head along with me, partner, because it's pretty obvious what they were trying to do there on the drag route. With his speed, they're hoping he can turn the corner and maybe take this to the house. But that was excellent work defensively to make sure once he caught it, he wasn't going anywhere.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. They go play action with McDonald. Williams brings it in. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A pickup of 27. And they pick up the first down in the process. They run out of the gun with Swift. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. Looking to throw. McDonald. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And this is caught. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. That one goes for 30 yards. They'll run with Swift. And he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. DeAndre Swift with touchdown number 23 here on the year. And the Lions have got it back to a one-score game. Extra point by Seibert up and good. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they are back down to the 500 mark after 2 straight losses. And, Charles, this is a team that, to be frank, their play has really dropped off the last couple of weeks.
And, Brandon, I think there's a sense around the building that they can't let this losing streak get any worse than it is. Because if they were to lose here and fall below 500, then you're playing catch-up the rest of the way. They've got to take a stand and make it stop right now. 53 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. Well, this defense for the Lions, they were very good a week ago in that win over Minnesota. And the way they did it was by getting after the quarterback. Sacked him 7 times in that game. Came from all angles, created a lot of illusions, and especially just beat them man for man. That's the kind of defense that really frustrates an opponent.
And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. Give him 30 yards there. Now Gordon on first down. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down. Second quarter about to begin from Denver. It's the Broncos in possession of the football as they've got a 2nd and 8 forthcoming. They go play action. Bridgewater. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was trying to find Noah Fant, the tight end, and it's third down. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, we're not talking about our on-air commentary. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete pass, I'm going to try to tighten things up here for this next play. Field goal would have been a decent length at 55 yards. They keep the kicking unit on the sideline. They're going for it. And this doesn't end well at all as they stop him far behind the line to gain. Melvin Gordon unable to push his way forward. And the Lions will take over. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. On the option to give to Swift here. Wiggles free. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. Off the option, he'll try and run with it. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. To throw on second down. McDonald eluding the pressure right. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. No one there to help out downfield, but no problem. Scrambling for 22 and a first. Out of the gun, McDonald. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 21. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Throwing again on second down. Bridgewater. And incomplete.
Well, to me, there was no question about the intent there, and I think he was a little fortunate that the penalty flag didn't come out for grounding. But he'll get away with it and get another shot on third down.
The Broncos on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. Finding the open man, and that's Tim Patrick. And he will have the Broncos first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
They'll run on first down. It's Gordon. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
The Broncos on third down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. To throw is Bridgewater. That is taken in by the tight end Fant. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Noah Fant with his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Broncos push further out in front. McManus's point after is good. And it's now 21-7. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it ends with a Denver touchdown. This will be fielded inside the 5. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. He's at the 40. And how about that return as he's all the way inside the 20-yard line.
And that's the type of return that puts a tremendous amount of pressure on the defense now. They've got to go out on the field almost like it's a sudden change, almost like it's a turnover. They've got to go out there and try and stop them. But, boy, what a tough spot they're in.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he's got it. And the Lions are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as he's out of bounds at the 2. Swift. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. On the option to give to Swift here. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
And a nice job defensively to keep him out of the end zone. He's trying to get a second touchdown already in the first half.
They had that one earlier, was bidding for a second. On the option to give to Swift here. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. DeAndre Swift with another touchdown, number 24 on the year. And the Lions able to get this back within a touchdown. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And the mile-high air in full effect as that's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And now trotting back out with the rest of his offensive mates, the big tight end. And we roll the highlights of the game he's had. You know, when we talk about wide receivers and how you shut them down, what about when you have a tight end like this having a game? How do you stop him defensively?
It really changes what you're trying to do because defensively you're trying to...
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big...
Gordon loses the football. It's loose. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. So they recover their own fumble. Now they face third and short. Bridgewater now after the fumble recovery. This is the tight end fan. Past the 20. And all the way home the Broncos score. Noah Fant on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Broncos able to show off their quick strike ability. Extra point from McManus is good. And the lead now up to 14. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. From the 6. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Let's go, let's go, let's go. So out now come the Lions. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast. And furious for both sides in this thing. It's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game. Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down. From the gun, it's McDonald. That is caught. It's Williams. And in for the Lions touchdown. Tyrell Williams with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Lions strike quickly here for 6 points. Extra point by Seibert up and good. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Melvin Gordon leading Denver's offense back out. And he's sure looking like a lock for a 1,000-yard season. Don't know if he's going to get it in this game, but he'd probably like to just to get past that point. Yeah, and if he doesn't, as you noted,
there's still time, still opportunity. There's still more games to be played. So, yeah, it's not a lock, but barring injury, it certainly looks like he's going to get there. And what an accomplishment that is. Anytime you get over 1,000 yards, you're celebrated in the NFL.
It's been quite a season. Still a couple chapters left in that book, though. That catch good for only a couple.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You get better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
The Broncos on third down. They've been excellent, 6 for 7. This will be 3rd and 6. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. Sutton reeling it in on the left side. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the Lions will take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And we are hitting the home stretch here toward halftime, and to this point, this has been an exciting offensive explosion for both sides.
I think everyone in the stadium is going to have to regroup a little bit, including the two of us. Yeah, I think we have to get a little oxygen, relax a little bit, and see what we can get going for the second half. The same as these teams, because right now everything's working really well. Can someone come up with something to slow them down?
Yeah, both defenses back on their heels. Well, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield. They had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again.
Open man is Quintez Cephas.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Timing is so important on a route like this because he's going to line up out right and then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
41 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
On 1st and 10, McDonald flush to his right. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down. Back to throw. McDonald escaping the pressure right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down. 1st down now, but the clock continues to move. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. The 1st down screen pass, good for 5. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the 2nd quarter.
McDonald sets to throw. And that's out to the flat for Swift.
And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard.
Here's McDonald off of the play fake.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit.
Khalif Raymond.
As the first half is winding down.
And the Lions have a chance to tie the game here in the final seconds of the half.
A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie. Because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. And they'll take over with just 16 ticks remaining before intermission. And they'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he's not going to go anywhere as they get him down behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far.
And he can't field it cleanly. It's loose. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
DeAndre Swift heading back out with his Detroit team. On the option to give to Swift here.
And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Once again, it's Swift.
Just a couple on the ground there, and that's going to bring up 3rd and about 6.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Throwing is McDonald.
And this is incomplete.
He's trying to get it to Amon-Ra St. Brown.
But it's going to be 2nd down.
McDonald.
And he rifles one incomplete. So, Charles, tie game here. What are your keys as we continue to play this second half?
I know people think it's always trite when you say the same things over and over, but they're tried and true in the game of football. Who's going to block better? Who's going to tackle better? In this case, to me, it's turnovers. You've got to take care of the football in order to win the game.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 25 yards that time.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down that they would be looking his way, and they did for big yardage and a first down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. That is caught at the 7.
And the Lions are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. On the option to give to Swift here.
And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
Back to the running game with Swift.
And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup.
About a half yard from the end zone, 3rd and goal.
From the gun, McDonald steps away to his left. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit.
Cole McDonald. Fine work there on the touchdown run.
And the Lions have taken the lead. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And they will take a 7-point lead. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it's capped off by a touchdown for the Lions. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
The Broncos take over first down at their own 25-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
From the 29, Bridgewater. He'll get this one to Patrick. 7 yards there and a first down. Bridgewater to throw it. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
34's the mic. 34's the mic. He's coming. Check him. Check him.
Bridgewater again. Goes back to Sutton. This time completes it. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. A CD, you know, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything. Here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Lions are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
On the option to give to Swift here. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 15.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
He's airing it out for Williams. And got his man complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That goes as a gain of 36 on 3rd down. So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass. On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And he'll work this forward for about 3 and 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
And while he did a good job of sliding around in the pocket, there was nowhere to go with the football, so he had to take off and try and run. He just got back to the line of scrimmage, no gain.
Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a 1st down. So after the big play, look at this. All the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. On the option to give to Swift here. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Here's McDonald to throw. Now that'll be caught by St. Brown. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. 8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down. Flushed out right. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Throwing back across his body. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And the Broncos will take over here at their own 12-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
On second down, they'll run with Gordon. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 11, he goes down. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Partner, one thing I was lousy at growing up, track and field, I could never anticipate the start before a race, but how about that backer? He figured it out, jumped the count, and turned it into a really nice play for his defense.
And some space here. Touchdown! Noah Fant, 89 yards. And the Broncos are an extra point away from tying this ball game here in the final moments of the 3rd quarter. McManus's point after is good, and that will tie our game here in the 3rd. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Eluding the pressure right. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down. Not only another 1st down, that also puts him over 100 yards rushing.
That's not something you see very often in the NFL. We see it more in college. But I think with more of the melding of the college game with quarterbacks, we'll see this a little bit more often in the future.
Some extra space following the display of power. Down just inside the 45. Looking to throw on 2nd down. McDonald. And he'll get this into the hands of Swift once again. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 7 yards there and a 1st down. On the option to give to Swift here. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Looking to throw. McDonald flush to his right. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. The improv act there, good for 9, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd and short, 3rd and 1. On the option to give to Swift here. And he's able to pick up the 1st down here before he goes down at the 26. Throwing on 1st down. McDonald escaping the pressure right. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. An excellent pickup of 20 yards. Off the option, here's Williams. And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better.
And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Cole McDonald, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Lions answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the 4th. Extra point by Seibert up and good. And they will take a 7-point lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So the Broncos come back out as we give you a look at the playoff race in the AFC. And I tell you, 4 weeks still to go, and everything is wide open, and it's fun.
And I know we always talk about, well, if the playoffs were to begin today, and then we kind of go, okay, but they're not. Let's see how it plays out. Wouldn't it be fun to play with this playoff lineup right now? Because to me, just about anyone can win this whole thing out of this grouping we currently have. And by the time we get there, it may look entirely different.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Bridgewater. Into the secondary, past the 40. And finally taken down at the 44-yard line. Good yardage after the catch as that play good for 30 and a first. Another tote for Gordon. He's been busy this afternoon. Gordon loses the football. It's loose.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Gary and Conley. And the Lions are going to take possession here at their own 3-yard line. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention and reverberate for weeks to come.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. And after getting tackled, he's still down and looking very slow to get up. So a little breathing room now. 1st and 10 at the 17. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. On 1st down, Swift. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Play action. It's McDonald. He gets this complete to Cephas. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. 27 yards there, a 1st down. Back to throw. McDonald rolling to his right. And this one taken in by Cephas. And he's brought down. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down. This is Swift on the counter. 75 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. As we get late in this one, is altitude a factor for a visiting team in Denver? Is that something that's overplayed?
No, it's real, and I know a lot of the visiting teams like to downplay it because they don't want to get into the heads of their players, but you can't avoid it. As soon as you get to the locker room, you get to the stadium, they always post it in there. Welcome to Denver. Altitude 5,280 feet. The air is rare.
Let's go.
A gain there of 21 yards. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Right back to Swift again on 2nd down. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They're facing a critical 3rd down now as they try to hold on to this lead. Looking to throw. McDonald. He's going to get that to Swift underneath. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. Here's Swift. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. On the option to give to Swift here. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. DeAndre Swift, his 25th touchdown. Here's Seibert now to add the extra point. And the lead is up to 14. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And it's finished off with a 5-yard touchdown run. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Moore now to return. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him. He's got a man, complete. They find some open field here. Touchdown, Broncos. Tim Patrick, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And that'll cut the lead down now to a touchdown. Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. One-play drive and into the end zone for 6. And the Lions are able to cover this one up. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now this one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. They'll stay on the ground with Swift. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. And now they're in the hurry-up. They go play action with McDonald. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a 1st down. They'll run on 1st down. Swift, and they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. They'll keep it on the ground. Swift, and they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually